Welcome to Lynes on Design. I am here with John Iannazzo, and I am full of all kinds of Liberty swag today. We are all about shameless self-promotion.
Shades, because we do shades.
This is so brilliant. I can't even imagine.
Such a simple idea. I can't believe it took us so long to
It's something
figure
else.
that one out.
And this is like the world's best. You call it a sun umbrella. I call it an all-purpose anytime in inclement
definitely
weather.
is, but yeah.
But all kinds of cool stuff. You know, I'm really excited to talk with you today for a lot of different reasons. You just got back from an accreditation, and I'm really excited about kind of sharing your story because you've got quite an honor.
Yeah, well, I went to the first ever Hunter Douglas Certified PowerView Pro training. I know, it's a lot to say. And it was invitation only, and there were only 20 of us in the first class. They've done a second one since, so I think there's 40 throughout the country now. I know I'm the only PowerView Pro in South Carolina, I think possibly North Carolina too.
So what does that really mean? What does that give you an expertise in?
All the motorized shades, all the options, how to set them up, how to program, how to wire them, every in and out of the power shades. So it was a really hands-on training. It was a very neat experience too, because I've been to other trainings where it's a lot of PowerPoint stuff.
Right.
This, they would ask a question and then we'd team up and they would have us go up and present the solution, and almost had the students teaching the class.
So it was very experiential, almost workshop-like, if you will.
There were several stations set up that we had to, solve different problems and wire different things. And
well, from a design point of view, I'm really into livable design and being able to age in your home.
Well, you just got a certification yourself.
I did, and I'm really excited about it. And I told you, even during the certification, we talked a lot about you and about Hunter Douglas, because one of the things that you're known for, and Hunter Douglas is known for, is safety. And I think when you want a livable home or a home that's visitable, you want to be able to go in, and anybody at any age with any ability can manage themselves in that home.
It's not just safety, but it's also just convenience.
Exactly.
Just, an easy living space.
And one of the things that they really stressed was the PowerView kinds of things.
Yes.
Talk to us about why it is. Let me ask you this, and this is really interesting because people said this in my class. I don't know about power, what if it's not dependable? I'm not so sure.
We hear that a lot still, but this is a perfect setup. We have chairs, a table, we have draperies with a shade underneath. You can get to the cord. It's not that big a deal. You can move the chair, go around and move the draperies, or you can simply push two buttons and the shade moves.
Open it.
So there's no cord, there's no safety concerns for small children, for pets, for anybody really. And you don't have to move anything, mess the draperies up. You can even set timers, on your iPad or your phone.
Look at this. This is really impressive.
With the PowerView app.
And again, as we age in place, as we are aging, it certainly is nice. My dad's a perfect example. He has to sit in his chair most of the time. It's a big deal to get up and walk across and draw drapes or whatever. So the fact that he can push a button and do it has, oh my gosh.
And smart home devices we can also set up too.
Now what does that mean?
Like Alexa or Google Home. There's one of them. I think it's the Apple HomePod that's not quite compatible yet. I know Hunter Douglas has done their part. They've written all their code, waiting on the other side, but that'll be coming online soon. But for example, Alexa, turn on all up.
Oh my gosh, are we actually going to do? Alexa just said okay. Oh my gosh.
It takes a second. There's 30 shades here in the showroom that start moving all at once, so it takes a second, but there you go.
So you can actually help us program that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a lot of times the longest part of the installation. Put all the shades up, and then we sit down with you and we'll go through all the settings, the different automations. You can set different, timers you can do, so the shades can raise and lower. If the sun hits that window at a certain time, or if your game starts at 1 o'clock on Sundays, the shade can lower a minute before, and you have no glare on the TV.
You watch your Steelers and do that?
Yes,
I love it. What's interesting to me about it is it's the opposite. It's almost paradoxical. You think that all the technology would make your life more complicated.
No, it's the opposite.
It's completely the opposite.
As long as it's done right. And I've seen several situations where we've gotten called in where somebody else did something and things weren't quite set up. I saw it on a lot in the previous version. So this is called PowerView. These are all the PowerView components.
Okay, these are all PowerView components.
Yes.
Okay.
The previous system was called PowerRise.
Okay.
And these are smart shades. Those are motorized shades. I've seen several instances where they weren't programmed to the remote. So people were able to control them with infrared. It would just get real tricky for them to point and click and try to get things. Kind of like when you aim your remote at the TV and you press all on, the TV comes on, but the box doesn't. You press it again, the TV goes off, the box comes on.
So, yes.
So without the proper setup, without using the app, without those kind of things can still happen. Once you do the app and set it up and program it the way it should be, it eliminates those kind of problems.
Well, I kind of want to bring it back to the difference between PowerRise and PowerView, and I think you make a really good point. One is motorized. That's the old technology, right?
Correct.
New technology. Explain it again.
They're smart shades. We have all this smart home thermostats and different security systems. It's all smart home. We have smartphones. Now we have smart shades.
So let me ask you what that means in terms of doing a renovation or doing new construction.
Wire your windows.
Okay.
It's very simple. Low voltage wires. We need a DC power supply. This is the DC power supply. And this runs 8 shades. You run the wires from this to the window, and we can plug the shade right in. If I can get this off, I can show you inside of it.
And if you can't, we don't need to.
There we go.
There you go. Here.
We do got a screwdriver. So yeah, it's real
Okay.
simple. It just takes 110 to 18 volts. That's all you need to run your shade, and that'll run 8 shades. What that does is you don't see any wires, any cords. We can still plug the shades in like you would a lamp or a toaster, but then you have the cord hanging out, and nobody wants that. We can do them off of batteries. This is the standard battery wand, holds AA batteries. You have to change this every so often.
My brain is sort of fried or not. Oh no, I don't know that it's fried, but it's like, woo, not sure. Got to explain again. Explain again.
So this battery one holds AA batteries, so we can power your shade. If your house is already built, you don't want to tear the sheetrock up or take any trim down to have someone run wires. That's fine. We can use batteries. In fact, most of the shades we do are still battery operated because we go in after everything's done.
Okay, so you just did a house with me, and it's all power, and so basically it's battery powered.
Battery powered, because everything's done. They don't want to run wires at that point. But if your house is under construction, if you're just thinking about this, you're doing remodeling, come talk to us about the DC power supply, about having the windows wired for shades, so that way we can get it all set up and you never have to change batteries.
Oh my gosh, is this all new stuff that you learned, or it's?
No, this is what we were doing. The class I went to was a real reinforcement of all of this.
Right, exactly. So I dropped my swag. One moment, please.
Your Liberty umbrella.
Yes, my Liberty umbrella. So this, you were saying, this is something that you learned in your class.
We learned, it was a good refresher course on everything that we've already been doing to make sure we're on top of all the latest trends and all the latest technology.
When you're going to a class like this, do you also talk about product and sort of what is trending, what you're seeing as?
Sometimes not this one. This one was specifically about the power supply, about how to program the remote. It was really hands-on, the more technical side of it.
Can you talk to us about some of these specific pieces?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. So the Pebble remotes, this is the most common way.
Right, this is one I'm familiar with.
I shouldn't say anymore. That's actually changed.
Oh.
Very simple. You have 6 individual channels, so you can pick and choose which channel you want, which shade on. You can do whole rooms. You can do, various things like that. Gives you the least amount of options to control your window. The app is much.
Okay, so this gives you the least amount of options.
Yes.
Okay, but it's cool, and I love the red because I can't lose it.
There you go. So with the app, we need a hub. This is called a hub. This works with your wireless router, and this one's not plugged in or turned on, so there's no lights or anything fancy with that. But this works with your wireless router. So your device, your tablet or your phone, talks to the router talks to the hub talks to the shades. So we have, of course, one of these set up, in the back. If we go back to the app, you can select different rooms, you can select different shades. So we'll go to this one, we'll go to this shade right here.
Okay.
We just have to find it on here. Again, most people don't have this many shades in their house.
Right. And John, so are you, as you're talking to me when I'm the client, am I saying, you know what, I get so much Western exposure in the late afternoon, it's so darn hot. Will you help me with my app make sure that shade goes down?
Yes.
So that's the stuff, that's the service piece that you all do
service part,
so well. Okay.
And then you can control just by sliding this over.
Well, I bet you
It's a
guys
little
would
hard
love
to
to
see
see
on
this. I know.
Let me do it backwards so we can open them all the way up.
Okay.
And so the vanes move, and if you close them all, you get total privacy. And then you can slide them open.
And I laugh because any kid in the world can operate this with like a native, right?
Yeah.
The real key is if I at 65, my dad at 90 can do it, and he can. And I haven't practiced it myself, but I'm assuming that I probably could pull it off if I had to.
Ask Alexa, tell her Alexa, turn on all down.
Alexa, turn on all down. Oh, she's doing it.
There you go.
Oh, I'm such a pro now. I love this. But again, appreciate you coming on. Before we go, we got about 30 more seconds. When should someone come in to pick out their blinds?
Usually we pick the shades out, the blinds out after the trim is up. So it would
Okay.
be after the wiring has all been done for the shades. Now it's the same wiring, same setup for the different types, whether it's a luminette, whether it's a silhouette or a duet or all these other shades, you know, end and et. That's all the same, so we can have that done beforehand, and then once things start moving along, you start choosing your paint colors and flooring and everything, we can choose the shade, the color, the fabric, that sort of thing at that point.
And the other thing that you'll get when you come here is these folks know their products.
We're trying.
Yes, you really do. John, thank you.
Thank
We want
you.
to thank you all for joining us here on Lynes on Design. Stay tuned.